2 weeks నుంచి లేదు కదా, ఈ రోజు ఎలాగైనా కుమ్మేద్దాం మనం.
అంత లేదు, సినిమా బాగాలేకపోతేనే మంచి రోల్స్ ఇస్తాడు, సినిమా బాగుందంటే పక్కన పడేస్తాడు.
కరెక్ట్. అసలు ఈ మధ్య అందరు నన్ను ఇన్స్టాగ్రామ్ హ్యాండిల్ కూడా అడుగుతున్నారు.
అయితే కుమ్మేద్దాం.
ఎస్, ఎందుకంటే నీ కథకి నువ్వే హీరో.
Hello and welcome to Film Companion South. This week's movie is Meeku Maathrame Chepta, directed by Shamir Sultan, starring Tharun, Bhaskar, Abhinav, Gomatam, Vani, Bhojan, among others. Rakesh is an anchor at a local TV studio and he's all set to marry his girlfriend who is a doctor. Now the problem is that Rakesh has built up the image of a good Sri Chaitanya student, whereas in reality he has all the ethical integrity of Ramalinga Raju. As shown in the trailers, a video crops up that could ruin his wedding, and now Rakesh has to get rid of that video. We have seen films in the West with similar premises. For example, the first ones that come to mind are the Hangover series. But the question arises, is this premise enough to carry off a 2-hour film? Especially one that is made by a debutant director starring an actor who was earlier a director and is being produced by another actor. The film also is a buddy film, and we have seen the template, where there is a hero and he has a best friend. This guy is generally the sidekick, he dies for the hero, and whenever the screenplay begins to dip, he is the guy who gets all the laughs. However, in this film, the makers completely avoid any such tropes. What they do instead is introduce characters every now and then. They also don't resort to songs and fantasy sequences, which manages to retain your interest. The film benefits from its casting. All the characters, whether major or minor, live up to their potential. For example, Anusuya Bharadwaj or Naveen George Thomas or primarily Abhinav Gomatam. The film also benefits from the easy colloquial dialogues written by Tharun Bhaskar. Another thing that was really refreshing about the film was the hero, who was as much a subject to his circumstances as Rakesh was in the film. Instead of a hero who dynamically transforms everything around him, you have a guy who is slipping further and further into an abyss of chaos. It's not like the film does not have its flaws. For example, it starts on really shaky grounds and some of the jokes just don't land. The film also bravely avoids any songs, but at some point I missed a strong throbbing BGM, a background score that could have become the lifeline of the film.
Hriday, ఏం చేయాలి?
ఏం చేయకరు బాబు. To make up for the emotional depth, the makers instead use a plot that keeps raising its stakes every 15-20 minutes. Every time a character is introduced or a plot point is introduced, it becomes even more important for Rakesh to get rid of his video. The film is finally rescued by its performances. Tharun Bhaskar takes his time but gradually sinks his teeth into the role of a character who is constantly on the edge. The star of the film, however, is Abhinav Gomatam, who redefines and questions this norm of the hero's best friend. In fact, all of his lines land and he holds the film during its shaky portions on his own shoulders. The film also benefits from some sharp editing by Srijit Sarang. Well into its second half, the film manages to retain your interest and you are as concerned as Rakesh about what is going to happen to the video. Meeku Maathrame Chepta is a fresh, funny film that does not depend on low-hanging fruits to deliver its laughs. The film begins as a shaky whisper, but ends up as an interesting scandal. Thank you for watching our review. For more such interesting videos, please subscribe to Film Companion South by pressing the bell icon.
ఎందుకురా ఇది? దేనికైనా పనికొచ్చిందా ఈరోజు?
నీ టీ షర్ట్ ఏమైనా పనికొచ్చిందా?
నేను మళ్ళీ మా ఊరు వెళ్ళిపోతా.
పద.